Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. We're here with Volkmar the Grim. He's going to be taking on the Foul Dark Elves. It's a replay submitted by our good friend Shetland Apache, so let's go ahead and have a look. Volkmar going to be leading the way for the Empire. We've got a vanguard of some Pistoliers, a couple of grenade launcher outriders. I know Shetland's a big fan of these guys. We've also got two Knights of the Blazing Sun with good old Gandalf, the Grey Wizard. Haven't seen one of these guys in a while. That's pretty neat. Got some State Troop Spearmen in the front line, Silver Bullets, Handgunners, and Free Company Militia. Some Spearmen protecting the back, and the Hammer of Witches as well. For the Filthy Dark Elves, we've got some Dark Riders with shields here. A front line of Bleak Swords, Dread Spears. We've got two Sisters of Slaughter, a Sorceress Lore of Beasts, Malekith, two Cold One Riders, a Reaper Bolt Thrower, some Dark Riders over here, three with crossbows, and one melee. So yeah, pretty good stuff. You can see the Pistoliers moving up immediately to do some work on these Dark Riders. Obviously the Dark Riders do have shields, but even still, obviously they don't get that missile block chance while they're moving away. They are able to pick off a model there. And the Grenade Launcher is also going to move up here. Flock of Doom going on them, but ooh, nice volley on those Dread Spears. Only took down, what, one model, but good amount of HP damage. They do have quite a bit of ammo, so it'll take some time. But for this Reaper Bolt Thrower, they definitely need to be in the anti-large variant. On the single shot, if you're going to be shooting even at light cavalry, it's much more efficient to have the single shot. But yeah, you can see Pistoliers over here just doing some really nice distraction and skirmishing. Meanwhile, the Hammer of Witches is continuing to just pound away at these Cold One Knights. This is really, really rough. The Dark Elf player really needs to advance at this point, but yeah, he is going to get moving here. The Sisters of Slaughter out in front, which in my opinion is a little bit of a mistake here. They are going to get into these State Troop Spearmen and start to do a ton of damage, but the Grenade Launchers are going to generate a ton of value here against the very light armor. And here comes Volkmar as well for a glorious charge, banishing all of the witches here. Warrior Priest on the back getting a few swipes as well. And I feel like this Warrior Priest who rides around on the back of Volkmar's wagon is totally underappreciated. Like, he's clearly, you know, got some position of power if he's riding around on Volkmar's wagon. But the Sisters of Slaughter immediately getting terrified away. Very good start for the Empire so far. Cold One Knights haven't taken a ton of damage so far. That being said, though, I mean, Dread Spears will be able to beat State Troop Spearmen over time. And this backline area could potentially be a little bit of a problem. The other unit of Sisters of Slaughter, though, beautiful crossfire here from the Free Company Militia and those handgunners, the Silver Bullets as well. This is, again, a huge amount of value for these non-armor-piercing missiles. But finally, the Bolt Thrower decides to counter battery fire on the Hammer of Witches, which is a very good idea. Probably should have been doing that beforehand. Could have potentially taken out a couple of unit models of the cannons already. But over here, the Grenade Launcher's just finishing off those witches. Volkmar going forward. Unfortunately, getting a little bit caught up by Malekith here, but a banishment looks like a little bit of a swing and a miss there. Trying to go after those Cold One Knights, but a little bit of too long of a cast time, which is pretty unfortunate, but still, those Silver Bullets just took a nasty charge there. Volkmar himself going to come in. Looks like he's going to drop something here. Soul Stealer from Malekith. Looks like to heal himself up a little bit there, which is quite nice. Yeah, things are starting to pull back a little bit for the Dark Elves. The Empire melee troops just really don't have a ton in the tank here. Looks like these Free Company are going to move up into melee there with the Dread Spears, but there's just a lot of cavalry, and the Knights of the Blazing Sun are still over on this other side of the battlefield kind of dealing with Dark Riders and stuff. They really need to get back over here to deal with these Dark Riders a little bit closer at hand. You've got Dread Spears now pushing on some of the artillery positions here. Free Company look like they're trying to pull away. They honestly could probably just stand and fight, especially with the support of the Outriders there. But it looks like instead they choose to turn and shoot at those Dark Riders there. Yeah, the Grenade Launchers unfortunately aren't going to do a ton against the Dark Rider crossbows here. They're much better against infantry, and then they're just going to get blobbed in. This is a fight of the ages right here. Outriders versus Dark Riders. And it's not going to go super well for the Outriders, unfortunately, especially the Grenade Launcher unit, which has less unit models. It's going to be pretty rough, but nonetheless, Knights of Blazing Sun starting to return here. The Shadow Wizard supporting against this unit of Cold One Knights here. The Knights of Blazing Sun, much better charge bonus. They also have more unit models, and this is going to be nasty here. Good rear charge from those Knights of the Blazing Sun is going to finish off those Cold One Knights. So at this point, the Empire should be able to get a nice mobility advantage. Looks like these Pistoliers are moving back, potentially to take down that Reaper Bolt Thrower. Has used up most of its ammunition already, unfortunately. But yeah, all the state troops are being cleaned up at this point. The Hammer of Witches is just about offline. And Volkmar's in a bit of a pickle. He's taken a lot of damage, but still has quite a bit of healing cap space left. So as long as he can not get, you know, too many facefuls of volleys from these Dark Riders, he should be okay. But this is a nasty crossfire situation right here. Gonna just desperately try and get into these Dark Riders here. But yeah, doesn't look like he has Grand Shield of Faith either, which is a little bit rough. But we've got some regrouped Sisters of Slaughter here, going to come rear charge. Malekith is caught up on these spears, which is pretty good for the Empire, but quick tear out, and Volkmar turns around to go after these other Dark Riders. Looks like a banishment being dropped here as well, just to try and, again, do as much area of effect damage as he can, and he's going to chase them through the banishment there, which is a pretty nice play by Volkmar. Trying to keep himself alive, and again, all the time that he can buy here for himself means that he will be able to regenerate during that time. Knights of the Blazing Sun just banishing all the witches here. The nasty Sisters of Slaughter taking a nasty charge here. And man, Knights of the Blazing Sun are just such an awesome looking unit. They really do have beautiful unit models, I have to say. They're going to charge over here into these Bleak Swords as well, just kind of ping-ponging around, trying to take out these various isolated Dark Elf infantry units. Looks like this unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun going after these Dark Riders here, but here's Volkmar. Gonna have to watch out. Malekith could potentially still take him down, and I think Malekith being so healthy is honestly what's holding the balanced power so much, because you can see it's still pretty even, all things considered, considering especially how much the Empire has left. These Knights of Blazing Sun now going to finish off some of these Dark Riders here, who had been mismicroed for just a moment, but looks like Malekith's also going on another unit, or actually, no, that's Enfeebling Foe? Yeah. But anyway, Silver Bullets here, regrouped in the low ground, point blank firing on some of these Dread Spears. Going to try and pull away. Knights of the Blazing Sun, again, if these spears are not braced, they will take the full charge damage from that charge, and especially this unit getting charged downhill in the side and rear. That is a nasty charge from those Knights of the Blazing Sun there. It's going to absolutely wallop that unit of Dread Spears, and they are going to be shut down in no time at all. So some very nice plays from the Knights of the Blazing Sun, starting to bring the balanced power back a little bit. That being said, Volkmar is in a little bit of a dangerous situation here. He's going to come try and bail out these Pistoliers, but likewise, Malekith is a big danger for him. You know, Volkmar's only got 50 speed. He's quite a bit slower than Malekith. Malekith obviously has good armor-piercing damage and really good combat stats, so he's going to have to be careful. The Witch King himself is going to be tough to banish. I mean, all the witches have been banished, but the king of them, we shall see, certainly. Malekith on stride his cold one here. Knights of the Blazing Sun coming around. Looks like they're going to try and finish off this Reaper Bolt Thrower crew here, maybe these Dark Riders. But we'll see. We're going to fast forward a little bit through this late game here as the forces kind of reposition. But Volkmar standing firm. Ooh, it looks like, unfortunately, the Knights of the Blazing Sun maybe didn't get their charge there. And it looks like maybe a Soul Stealer as well. Oh, nice. Pulls away. And one note about Knights of the Blazing Sun as well is they do have magic resistance of 25%. So that Soul Stealer is actually not going to do too much. It will do some damage, but it's not going to do as much as it otherwise would, obviously. But yeah, at this point, Malekith hunting Volkmar pretty seriously. Volkmar is at his healing cap at this point. But there are still some Dark Riders online, which are a bit of a danger. You can see the balance power actually shifting against the Empire somewhat here, as Volkmar is just about to go down. Another few hits from Malekith here, and he'll actually lose it. So we'll see. I say lose it. Volkmar will lose it, but I don't know if the Empire will necessarily lose right away. We'll see. We still have Gandalf here supporting. They're going to take out these Dark Riders. Try and get at those crossbows if they can, but it's going to be tricky. Malekith will help, but I don't think Knights of the Blazing Sun are quite fast enough. Looks like a nice Gaze of Malice there, doing a ton of damage to those State Troop Spearmen. But Knights of the Blazing Sun now going to charge in against Malekith himself. Obviously, this unit of Cav, not anti-large, not they have decent AP, but their 78 charge bonus, certainly while that's active, they will be able to do some damage to Malekith, but it's not going to be anything super impactful. They're going to have to cycle charge pretty aggressively to get good value there. But over here you can see Knights of Blazing Sun do hit their charge speed with the Malekiths up. They're able to catch some of these Dark Riders with crossbows. So very nice use of that Shadow Source, or the Shadow Wizard there. So again, not something you see super often. Fire, life tend to be a lot more common for the Empire these days. But nice to see Lord of Shadows. Beasts sometimes as well you'll see for the Empire. It's a little bit weird in my opinion that the Empire has the most Lords of Magic when Lizardmen and High Elves should have more. But, you know, it is what it is. Certainly it does give them a lot of options, and Malekith here, trying to go after those remaining silver bullets, is going to eat a few bullets. He does have missile block chance, but yeah, it looks like going to shut down that Sorceress Lord of Beasts now as well. Try and rout her off, but Volkmar's still alive, only about 700 HP on him, but we'll see. Malekith's going to chase off those handgunners there. Knights of the Blazing Sun continuing to try and get good cycle charges, and you can see while that charge bonus is active, they actually do a little bit of damage, but we'll see. It's going to be dangerous. At this point, though, the balance power has shifted well back in the Empire's favor. Looks like Melkos there, just to debuff Malekith's speed and try and get these guns into a position to fire. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to get any shots off here, but certainly that Sorceress is regretting her life decisions at this point, as is Volkmar. Took a few volleys there from the Dark Riders. Not the best, but should be okay. I say should be okay. He's got about 500 HP, so a couple smacks from Malekith should bring him down, but it's all a matter of time. The silver bullets shatter there. State Troop Spearmen trying to support, but it looks like the Knights of the Blazing Sun actually got routed off there, now returning from rout. So definitely a dangerous situation for the Empire. Malekith, thankfully, probably doesn't have another Soul Stealer to use here, or maybe he does. We'll see. Is this a Flock of Doom, or looks like a Soul Stealer? That's a pretty long cast time, yeah. A little bit unfortunate that it wasn't cast directly on one of these units. It could have potentially been a little bit better placement there, but still that is going to heal Malekith somewhat and bring the balance of power back again ever so slightly. But we'll see. We're going to fast forward a little bit here as those Knights of Blazing Sun chase off the last of the Dark Riders, and Malekith at this point gets surrounded by the Knights. Volkmar still alive, still trolling around in the background, at least for the time being. Gandalf's going to get in here as well. Don't think he has any more Winds of Magic either, but man, what a finish here. This has been a super close game, just absolutely down to the wire here, and yeah, Malekith is going to finish things off here. Might honestly take down Volkmar if he gets a good swing. Maybe. Yep, I think he's got him. There he goes. Unfortunately, Volkmar falls there with his own kind of glory charge at the end, but the Knights of Blazing Sun will be able to pick him back. He's just wounded, guys. He's fine. He's not dead. You can see he looks totally fine. Yeah, once they get rid of Malekith, well, maybe if they get rid of Malekith, I guess. This may get another wild swing back in the other direction. At this point, the fact that Gandalf is still here is really the only thing holding the Empire together. Might try and get a swing here at the Sorceress, but it looks like instead, is he going to go after Malekith? Like, a couple hits on Malekith would take him down. He's only got about 400 HP as well. But, yeah. We'll see. It's going to be super tight finish. These other Knights of Blazing Sun, I doubt are going to get their leadership back, so Gandalf comes around for a charge, gets a good hit on the witch here. He's going to now attempt to banish her. And yeah, Malekith fighting those State Troop Spearmen on the low ground there. It's going to be super tight, but yeah, with the Sorceress losing out on her leadership, although she's doing a ton of damage to the Grey Wizard, so if he routs here, that could trigger army losses for the Empire and just a wild swing in the other direction. But the Sorceress routes there. Malekith may take a few, little pricks from these spears here. As long as he doesn't finish off that Grey Wizard, everything should be okay. But looks like the Grey Wizard actually routs. I don't know. Will the Empire's troops hold out? Oh, man. The Grey Wizard's routing. The Empire State Troops are routing. Malekith routs, and wow. One unit of 33 State Troop Spearmen able to hold the line until the very finish, and what an epic battle. Huge thanks to Shetland for sending that one in. Whew, man, that was a tight game, and holy cow. I was super excited to cast that one for you guys. Yeah, epic finish there, but those Knights of Blazing Sun, 105, 167 kills, Really nice use of them. Good to see them used to such good effect. The Hammer of Witches also did some good damage early on to those Cold One Knights. Pistoliers, obviously, with 72 kills, is pretty good. Grenade Outriders did some okay work against the Sisters of Slaughter, which is good value, but other than that, they didn't do a lot. 73 kills, though, on the Silver Bullets was pretty good. And likewise, I don't know if these Free Company had that XP Chevron beforehand, but certainly they were able to get a lot of work done. Malekith, likewise, 114 kills. Some of the Bleak Swords, you can see when they're just matched up against State Troop Spearmen, they actually do quite well. 63, 76, 80 on these Dread Spears here. Bleak Swords and Dread Spears. Honestly, pretty cost effective in this matchup. 86 kills on these Dark Riders. They also did pretty good as well. Yeah. Cold One Knights eventually got into a good situation where they were able to get some good damage done, but taking all that damage from the cannon early on was pretty painful, I have to say. But yeah, very fun stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.